some people were not meant to be seen in high def, and I'm one of those people. Hey everybody, welcome back to Fox's Best Laid Plans. My name is Fox. I'm about to tell you about my best laid plans and how, you know what happens. I don't have to tell you. Anyway, welcome back to another month of Power Sheets. Today I'm going to be going through my March Power Sheets, my quarterly refresh, and my April tending list. So, we have a lot of natural light coming in today. And as everybody knows, some of us look better in natural light, and some of us just look like serial killers. And I'm sure you can tell which one of those I am. I promise I'm not a serial killer, but I just play one on my channel. Hey, so cool. So let's talk about Power Sheets, right? It's the beginning of April. Ideally, I would have done this a couple days ago, but that's not how it worked out. So we're gonna jump in. Hopefully there is not too much background noise. I have the window open because it is fucking gorgeous outside. If it turns out that the wind is flopping things around, then I will close window, but we'll see. We'll start here. So let's start off with reviewing what my tending list was for March and how I did on my goals there. Right, so my priority was get your shit together, Fox. I'm sure you can all tell how that probably went. Oh, let's review my goals. Should we review my goals? I don't fucking know. I'm not very good at doing these videos yet. So to review, I have in my Power Sheets, I will link up here if you want to see my Power Sheet setup and see how I did my initial goal setting and all of that. I have, I print out, this is my like goals for the year, and that way I can bring it page to page while I'm actually going through the Power Sheets. So I started the year with 8 goals. So take better care of my body, establish routines for mental and physical health, scrapbook and memory keep, become a distance runner again, try to do all 101 achievements for our blog, explore my Druid practice, grow my YouTube channel, and prioritize creativity and writing were my initial goals that I set in December when I did the prep work. So March is the last month of the first quarter, and you do a quarterly refresh, so we'll be going into that next. But so I was still working with those same goals, but on this month I was only really focusing on 3 of the goals for my tending list. So first one was to do the March 2021 stories by the month in real time. That was part of my scrapbooking goal. I did not do that. There was apparently some kind of delay in shipments, and I thought it was my March stuff, so I was like, oh, I don't have it anyway, so I'll just put it off. It was actually the March shipment arrival, which is your April stuff for Stories by the Month. Stories by the Month is Ali Edwards' scrapbooking project, so you get a little kit every single month. If you've seen me doing the December daily, it's like that, but it's a year-long subscription, and you get different kits every month, and that way you can do like scrapbooking throughout the month, and it gives you like a theme to follow. So I thought I didn't have the March ones. It turns out I did, and I just had put them away in a different place than my other stuff. So I didn't end up doing that. I didn't have time to do it, even if I had known that I had this stuff. So that's fine. My other memory keeping goal for this month had been to finish December daily and January of 2020. I got everything done in December daily except for like the final touches, like adding on the stickers and like the little words. It looks like magnetic poetry and has different like Christmas and December themed words. So I have to add those in still. I'm like halfway through that part, but that's just like, you know, the bulk of the book is done. All the pictures are done, all the journaling is done. So that's just the little like add-ons and embellishments. So I did give myself like pretty good credit for that. I didn't work on the January of 2020. Same thing. The basics are done. I think there's like 1 or 2 more days I have to put in there. But I was working on that, and then I kind of stopped whenever, you know, pandemic depression set in last year. So I wanted to go back and finish that. I want to get caught up. I need like a month where I'm not doing anything and I'm not super anxious, which is like not happening in my life right now. Like there's just not. So no progress on the first one, pretty decent progress. I did finish the bulk of December daily. And then I had to schedule my mammogram and go for my mammogram. I talked about that in my vlog for last week. Everything was good news, thankfully. Like, you know, they didn't find anything that was troublesome. They just were like, it happens. Sometimes you don't feel right and we don't know why. But so I did achieve that goal, and I put that under take better care of my body because I was like, something doesn't feel right, I'm gonna go to the doctor, and I did. So that one scheduled and went, and all was good. So the other goals that I had here on my monthly action items were all related to, the goal I call it is establish routines for mental and physical health. But that's anything that's related to like my morning routine, to daily things that I do, to like, I don't know, help myself keep better track of things, like anything planning related really goes into there, and anything related to decluttering or cleaning, because that's something that really helps my mental health. And then in terms of the physical health part of it, that would be anything like meal planning, macro tracking, scheduling appointments, going to the dentist, all those kinds of things. So that's what I kind of how I categorize that one. So most of what was on here was like cleaning related or decluttering related. So I still didn't organize my stickers. I know. I was supposed to organize my stickers for like 4 months. I just have not set aside, I know I need like an hour to do it, and I have not set aside the time, because it's something once I start it, I have to go all the way through, otherwise it's gonna be on my desk. It's not like cleaning a closet where you can start part of it and then come back to it. I have to like do it all at once, so maybe, we'll see. Declutter the hall closet downstairs. We did that, we did it, and it was awesome. I got a new scarf organizer. I will see if I have a picture of it, and I'll put the picture up here. You can see the before and the after. Yeah, it took us way less time than I thought. It was one of those things that like I've been putting it off for so long, and it really didn't take that long at all. So that was done, and that was like a huge weight off. I can see all my scarves now, and all of our like shoes fit in there now. Everything's organized. It just so much better. I did put on there declutter the towel closet, which is upstairs in the hallway, like right behind me here. We didn't get to that. Just ran out of time for that. Then I am reading Unfuck Your Habitat, and I want to make like a chore schedule and chart. I started reading it. I am not all the way through. I didn't get to finish it. I got a lot of good ideas, and I've started implementing the 2010s, which if you watched my vlog from last week, you would see. So 2010 is when you do 20 minutes of housework, and then you do 10-minute break. And you can make, the 2010 is like the basic that they do, but like if it's something that you're really dreading, you could do a 10 and a 5 or 10 and a 10. You know, you can break those intervals up, however, but the point being that you have work and rest intervals, basically. So I've been doing those, starting to do those for like the bigger projects, like cleaning the desk, which is actually on here, tidy the second desk. So I gave myself partial credit for tidy the second desk, and partial credit for read Unfuck Your Habitat and make a chore chart. I want to make, when I say chore chart, what I mean is like every week we should do this, this, and this. Once a month we do this item. Every 6 months we do this. And then to have like a log so I can keep track of it and know like when is the last time that we changed the air filter. You're supposed to change the air filter, I think once a month with the filter that we got. We got like one of those hypoallergenic filters. I don't think we've done it. I don't think we have. So, you know, have a chart and have something to go by for those kinds of things. Put up the spring decorations. Obviously, as you can see, I did that. I had beautiful spring decorations. I'm filming this on Easter, so I will keep these up probably until closer to the end of the month when we're back from our trip. We're going on a trip. We're going on a trip. Okay, we'll get there. Don't get ahead of yourself, Fox. Okay. And then the final thing was to set up clinic volunteering. I'm going back to be volunteering with the underserved clinic with healthcare for the homeless. I am in the process of that, but it's kind of hard to get everybody's schedules to line up because I have to go in and do a training because we are no longer handwriting prescription labels. You may say you were handwriting prescription labels, because we were. So that we now have it all in the computer system, and I have to learn how to use the computer system, so I have to go in and shadow somebody before I'm on my own. So we're just trying to get that all in order. So I did give myself partial credit. I'm not going to carry that over because it's in process. Process in place will monitor. The tree is stabbing me. So that is something that I am in process with, and there's nothing else that I can do until it works out for the other people. So weekly action items, it's always an area where I struggle. I always have a hard time with that. I did do one face mask, and I did do an Epsom salt soak one time. Not as much as I was supposed to. I really didn't do my 3 YouTube videos a week. That was one of my goals. Lifting twice a week. I don't think I marked it very well on here, but I did do pretty well with it in person, at least once a week, sometimes twice. And then 2 weeks of my fitness log. I'm super behind on my fitness log. That's something I have to make time for. My daily action items, I got, like, once I got to the center of the month, I don't know if you can see that. Once I got to the center of the month, I just basically stopped keeping track of it. So we're just not even gonna talk about it. We're gonna move on. So, my month in review. People I'm grateful for and why. My running partner, Christy, because she was my like sounding board and counseling through going for my first mammogram because I was like nervous and didn't know what to expect, and she like walked me through all of that. My friend Taylor, keeping me motivated about fitness because we talk about fitness plans all the time and recipes and that kind of stuff. It's great. And my dentist, because she is really trying hard to fix my fucked up teeth, and it's going better and better every single day, and I am so happy with the work that she has done to fix it. So good things this month. Cute dogs. I've been walking a lot of dogs. And making Duke's music videos. So we made a music video for one of our longtime shelter dogs. He's 13 and he's having a hard time getting adopted. He needs to be an only dog. This tree is stabbing me in the back. Rude. So we made a music video, and it was a lot of work, but it was also a lot of fun to do that. So goals that are going well. Running. 3 months in a row I hit 100 or more miles, so that's pretty exciting. And I'm choosing grace over guilt about my damn stickers. I want to get it done, I really do, but just setting aside the time has been a real struggle. So hopefully going forward I will have some more time in May, maybe the end of this month and then the next month. So favorite memories from the month: return of Wednesday night runs. We're running on Wednesdays at the pump house again, and that's like the best thing ever because we run and then we hang out and it's so fun, and I just look forward to it every week. And so we are back. The pump house closes for the winter, the parking lot, you can't park there. And now that the weather is getting nicer, we are back. Oh, okay, this is gonna sound silly. Favorite memory from the month: reviewing my bullet journal from 2020 when this was all going down. So I actually have it right here. So the the 1 year anniversary of the pandemic, we were going through and like rereading. I had made, so it's so hard for me to see. There we go. So I made a list and I was keeping track of like all the changes that happened every day. So it was like the first day that we knew something was going on, they canceled the St. Patrick's Day parade and they suspended the NBA season. And then it was just like went from there into the lockdown finally. And it sounds morbid and weird that I like enjoyed going through that, but like reviewing that kind of stuff and like, I don't know, going through it and realizing like, okay, I'm not imagining if this has been a fucked up year. Like, I really enjoyed that. I would talk to my friend Tina the one night. We were just like sharing, what was your memory of the first week? And like, we were just texting back and forth for like an hour, and it was an interesting night. Like, I know it sounds weird to say that was a fun memory, but it was. So, and then first day of spring campfire, we had a campfire on the first day of spring and just like sat outside and we listened to 80s at 8, hosted by Doug, former DJ from Metropole. And it was the 1 year anniversary of listening to those. He started doing those every single Saturday during lockdown, so that's been really nice. So we listened to that, had a campfire, had some wine. It was just a really nice night. And then, I went to Lakin's silent co-working night. So I'm a patron on Patreon for Lakin's, Plan with Lakin's page, and she does a silent co-working Zoom. And this is the first time I've been able to attend it, and it was so cool. It's like basically everybody dials in and you turn your sound off, but you have your video on, and everybody's just working on a project. And it's like being in the library and like running into your friends, and like you can like neb around at people and be like, oh, what you working on? What you working on? You know? But it's called Silent Co-working, and I was surprised. I thought I'd check it out and it sounded kind of cool, but I was surprised at how much I really liked it. And I was working on my December daily, and that was the night that I got it finished. And actually finished all the journaling and everything during that hour and a half time. And it was just really, I don't know, I really, really enjoyed it. I was surprised how much I did. I think part of it is you stay accountable to work on task because you're on camera, and in the same way that you would feel like, oh, I'm at the library, so I have to focus. I'm not in my dorm room. I can't just like hang out, you know? So I really like that. So those are my favorite memories of the month. And then I'm saying no to barfing from anxiety constantly. I mean, it's a goal. It's a goal. It's not, you know, we don't hit all of our goals, you know. And I'm saying yes to enjoying spring, as you can tell because I have the window open and I'm so happy. So when it comes to April, you do a quarterly refresh. So every 3 months you do a quarterly refresh. And what that means is you kind of like go back through your goals a little bit, adjust things. You do the evaluation check-in again. So can you see that? No. Yes, cultivated life evaluation check-in, right? So if you recall from the beginning of the year, So when you do your prep work at the beginning, it's actually this 2-page spread, this big thing. And they used to have your quarterly refresh would be, or I don't know if it was quarterly, however, it's maybe seasonal, they called it before. It would be the same page over again. They did condense it down to be just this 1 page now. And it's just like a couple quick lines. So you don't have to go quite in depth. And I actually like that because sometimes there's pressure to be like, I have this whole space, I have to write something in it. So I'm gonna go over what they are now and what they were then, and then I'm going to tell you like how I think that they have changed. So it's your health, spouse or focal relationship, friends, family, finances, work, spiritual and personal growth, and recreation. So I'm going to tell you how I rated myself in these categories in December and how I'm rating them now, and I'll tell you the pluses and minuses. I do it in a plus-minus system. So when I evaluate each thing, I'll give it the number score 1 to 10, and then I'll say plus is a positive thing, plus is a positive thing, negative, but this thing, that's how I always structure it, the way we used to do our live journal entries. So I'm gonna be like, a lot happened today, plus I met a cute boy, plus I had a really good coffee, minus I didn't like my teacher today. It's, like that kind of stuff. I will go through my results from December from the prep work and what I updated them to be for March for the quarterly refresh. Okay, so the first category is health. I gave myself a 6 out of 10. My teeth are in progress. I have done the follow-up work, I've gotten the things fixed. Now I'm just starting my Invisalign at the end of this month. I'm down 8 pounds since January 1st, which January 1st, I was at my highest weight ever. December was it was a good month, but it was like just the whole year I just was not as active as I normally am, and as I feel good. I feel better when I'm more active. And so I was really just not eating great and not being as active as normal. So yeah, so that's pretty good. We have been cooking more at home, so that's been nice. And then I gave myself the negative. Those were all pluses. And then the minus was we still skip cooking when we're stressed. So instead of planning for an easy meal, we'll just plan for something, and then I'll get stressed and be like, let's just order takeout. So I gave myself a 6 out of 10, and my previous score in December was a 4 out of 10. So that's an improvement. Oh, that's the other thing. I was just reading over my reasoning that I gave myself a 4 out of 10 the last time. Was one of the things was I was not strength training at all. And now I have started, I'm still using Lift 4, which is a 9-week program, I think. And I'm not completing it. Hi, hello. I'm not completing a week of the program every week because it depends on how my marathon training is going. So, yeah, so it's taking me longer than the scheduled number of weeks. Why are you dirty? So, but I'm really enjoying doing that, and I'm lifting weights at least once, if not twice a week, as I mentioned earlier. So, are you gonna be on the video now? If you're gonna be on the video, you have to commit to it. Immediately goes away. Just see her butt. Her butt is in the frame. Okay. Okay, so number 2 is spouse or focal relationship. So obviously I chose spouse because husband. I gave myself a 7 out of 10 on that. Everything's pretty good. We communicate really well. We're not killing each other, living in the same house all the time, and we still like each other, so that's good. I had 2 minuses on there. Husband's been struggling with his self-esteem. That's not anything that I have any control over, but it's something that affects both of us, and I wish that I could help with it, and so it is something that's an issue. And I'm having a hard time with not having any alone time. It's just, even when he's downstairs, right now he's downstairs, and he's not interacting with me or anything like that, but you still know there's somebody else in the house. You can't blast your music and, run around without worrying that you have to talk to somebody. So I'm having a hard time with the lack of alone time. I mean, we're making it work because he works from home now, but I miss having the house to myself, So that was a 7 out of 10 for that. And my previous score in December was 8 out of 10. So it's gone down 1 point, but it's nothing we have any control over and nothing that either one of us is doing badly or wrong. So the next one up is friends. I gave that a 9 out of 10. We are running together again, and we're running consistently every single weekend. We're making the pandemic work. We're doing outdoor things. We had a campfire for my friend Emily's birthday in the backyard here. That was really great. And we are all getting vaccinated. Some of us are already vaccinated and everybody else is in the process of it. So by mid-May, we might all be vaccinated and able to run without masks, and that's gonna be awesome. I know that I'm saying my whole world is my running world, but sometimes it is. So gave myself a 9 out of 10 on that one. My previous score in December was an 8 out of 10, so about the same. Next up is family. I gave myself an 8 out of 10 on family. We've been having some really good days regarding my dad's health. He's been able to help garden. He's been, alert and feeling good. His energy levels have been up. And so that's good. So yeah, I gave myself an 8 out of 10, and that's the same thing that I had in December as well. I think really, like, again, this is another situation. The things that are minuses for me are things that I can't really control, like my dad's health and my anxiety about it. There's nothing I can do. So kind of like a let go and let God situation with that. But so yeah, family is good. Finances, I still was not thinking about it, but I gave myself a 9 out of 10. I think that's what Hi. What do you give me? What do you say? Mwah. Good girl. Yeah, I gave myself a 9 out of 10 the last time too. So yeah, it's not really on my radar too much. I did get a thing from work that said like I need to review my retirement planning because they don't think that I'm saving enough. So I guess I should do that, but whatever. Work, all good. Nothing to complain about there. I said a 9 out of 10. My only minus for that was like we still don't have the vaccine at my store and I don't know when we're going to get it, and I wish that we did. And yeah, I think I gave myself a 5 out of 10 and when I did this in December, and I think that's because there was so much anxiety about what was happening with vaccine rollout in December. I remember like we didn't really have vaccine rollout in December, so yeah, there was so much unknown at that point that it was like a different, I felt a lot more stressed about that than I do right now. Right now it's like, so I may not have it, but my patients are able to get it for the most part, and if they're not, at least I've been able to like direct them and help them figure out. I feel like I keep making this comparison, but if you've seen the movie Miracle on 34th Street, when Santa Claus is like, well, you have better sales across the street at Gimbel's, it's like that, or Macy's or whatever one he doesn't work at. I feel like that, like people would be like, you're sending people to other pharmacies, but like, yeah, I just want people to get vaccinated, and if we can't get it, I want to get you there somewhere else. So that has helped a lot in my work balance because it's helped my anxiety to be like, at least know that I can do something helpful. Spiritual and personal growth, I gave myself a 4. I feel like my spiritual stuff is like, I'm reading tarot every day, so that is nice. I like that. But it's been winter. It's been hard for me to like connect with nature, which is a big important part of things. So yeah, I did rake leaves in my garden and I worked in my garden a little bit, so that was pretty good. So 4 out of 10, and my previous score in that was a 3 out of 10. So actually I went up a point from where I was in December, but still has a lot of work to do. And then recreation, I gave myself a 4 out of 10 on recreation. I am having, it's a combination of two things majorly that I think. One is like, all through winter, it's been really hard to like get the motivation to do anything fun besides like watch movies. We watched a lot of movies, and I've been running, and that's been it. I haven't been doing like anything else really, and we haven't been able to go out and do anything. So I feel like I've been kind of boring and stir crazy and restless. So that I gave myself a minus on. And also I have trouble setting boundaries on my own time. So I feel like, if somebody needs something, I will always be like prioritize, like how can I make that work for that person? Like how can I put aside what I wanted to work on today? Like for the shelter being an example, like we're so short staffed. I really don't have the time to be picking up 2 extra shifts a week, but like there's nobody else to do it. And so I have hard time saying no, knowing that like the dogs need someone to take them out, so setting boundaries is a struggle for me. For sure. It's something I'm working on with my therapist. And as a result, recreation, that's part of it. I gave myself a 4 out of 10. I had a 5 out of 10 in the December one, so that has gone down a point. And I think that will improve as warmer weather comes in and more people get vaccinated and we're able to do more stuff. Because I do think that like being boring was part of my struggle. So the next thing is prep work refresh. This page here. Yeah, there we go. This is the prep work refresh. So it's another what I'm saying yes to, what I'm saying no to. So this is about the quarter that's coming up. So that'll be April, May, and June. So I said what I'm saying yes to, being outside as often as possible. I already did it today. I went to brunch and I am going for a run after this. Working in the garden, going out for coffee, tea, or cemetery time twice a month. That's something that I want to try to do, is go out and get a coffee or an iced tea and go sit in the cemetery or sit outside and write or read or something twice a month. Let's try for twice a month. Giving myself the time to cook. I love cooking. I love it. And I love like turning ingredients into meals, and I just never give myself the time. And so that's something that I want to try to do. Going out to dinner again. Yes, because we're both vaccinated and it's gonna be nice weather so we can dine outside. Oh, so exciting. And being more intentional with my time. So trying to scroll less and trying to, if I'm gonna scroll, have it be because like I'm enjoying doing it and not just because I'm so stressed about everything else that's the only thing I have the energy to do, which is a big problem for me. What I'm saying no to this quarter, treating my time off as time that I'm available. It's gonna be a fucking struggle to do this. This is gonna be really, really hard, and I know that, but it's something I need to work on. Just because I'm off doesn't mean that I'm available, and I have to work on that. That goes along with setting boundaries. Setting boundaries is like, should be the theme of my life right now. I'm saying no to mindlessly scrolling Facebook, as I just mentioned, and I'm saying no to snacking out of the bag. If I'm going to snack, make a serving and eat the serving, and don't just stand there and eat Doritos out of the bag, except for on vacation. You're allowed to eat Doritos out of the bag every day on vacation. The next part is about goals that you feel stuck on. Keep moving forward, it's called, okay? So what goal do you feel stuck on? I have two. One is growing my YouTube channel. I have not done anything. I've been consistent about posting 2 videos a week, filming, editing, all of that. That's been fine. However, I have not done anything to try to grow my audience. I wanted to take a Skillshare class and like learn some better skills about how to get more followers, like authentic followers. I've gotten a few. Hi, new friends. Thank you for following me. It's really awesome. Somebody threw the Plan with Lakin community, which is like super cool because that is a great, really active group. If you've never checked out her channel, I definitely recommend it. It's really enjoyable, but she's built this great community through her Patreon group, and everybody in there is like really like active members, and everybody is very chatty, and I really like it. I like the group of people who are in that group. So I have gotten a couple new followers from, everybody shared their YouTube channels, and that was how I got some. So that I did, but like other than that, I really haven't done any kind of like marketing myself and trying to, I don't even know how. So that's, anyway, that's a goal that I feel stuck on. And then our blog. We just haven't done anything with the blog. We haven't done a single thing with the blog. I feel like the blog, you'll see when I do my goal refresh, I feel like the blog is going to be on hold for now. It sucks, but our blog is about, briefly, our blog is called 101 Achievements, and what we've been doing since 2009, at the start of the year, we come up with a list of 101 things that we want to try to do, and some of them can be very easy things like go to a specific restaurant or try cooking a specific type of food, or, go to see a certain museum exhibit or something like that. Or it could be something more complicated like cook 12 recipes from this specific cookbook throughout the course of the year. Or, we've had years where eat at every restaurant on Liberty Avenue or eat at every restaurant on Murray Avenue, So there's a wide range of different things on there. And some of them are cooking related, some of them are cocktail related, travel, local interests. Like it's kind of all over the place. But we're like really, kicking off 2020 strong, and then pandemic. And so a lot of these things like going out to dinner, we can't do. And like, we're not traveling the way that we usually do, and those kinds of things. So I thought 2021, like, oh, we'll get back into it. But like, we didn't get a strong start in January, and I just like haven't had the motivation to really work on it because my depression has been bad, my anxiety has been bad. And then it's still like, we're not doing things the way that we normally do. Like we went out to brunch today, and it was the first time we'd been in a restaurant. We ate outside, but like since November. So we're not, we're easing back to normal, but we're not there yet. So we have been putting it on hold. So I think my decision is that we're going to put it on hold at least another quarter. We'll see what happens in June when I do my quarterly refresh for the summer. So we'll see. Anyway, it's asked what is holding you back from moving forward. I kind of just talked about this regarding my YouTube channel. I just haven't had the time to commit to doing a Skillshare class and like learning or researching how I can grow my audience more. I need to put in the time. That's what I would need. And then regarding the blog, everything I just talked about, don't feel like celebrating things on a blog the same way. Like on a YouTube channel is kind of okay, but on the blog it just feels kind of like, I don't know, it feels kind of weird right now. So in any case, it said, what would you have to change for you to move? What would have to change for you to move forward on these goals? I said being more intentional with my time is some way that I can improve on my YouTube goal. And then I'm thinking we're gonna put the blog on hold at least until halfway through the year, if not the whole year, and put it on until 2022. We'll see. So that was the refresh. So then with that in mind, they have you refresh your goals. So as you remember, I had 8 goals to start the year, and I went back through them and saw some that I wanted to keep and some that I wanted to change. I ended up with 7 goals, and some of them have changed. A lot of them have stayed the same, so I'll go through them line by line. So my first one for goal number 1 for December was take better care of my body. Kept that entirely. Keeping going with that one. Same thing with the second and third. My second goal was establish routines for mental and physical health, and my third was scrapbook and memory keep. Those goals, all still sticking with them. They're all things that I want to continue doing. Goal number 4 was to become a distance runner again. I think I can count that. I've had a 20-mile run already. Like, I've been doing 100-mile months, so I didn't feel like that was something I needed to specifically track. So I did edit that to become kick ass at fitness. I felt like that was a more open and rounded version. So now I can accommodate weightlifting and dance and, you know, different, and really involve my whole fitness and not just the running, because I think I've gotten comfortable. I feel like at the end of December, I only ran 3 miles in the entire month of December, and I had like 500 yearly miles, maybe 600. So I feel like I was afraid that I was no longer a distance runner. And I feel like now I am back into that. I don't know what is going on with the 100K that I was signed up for. I will talk about that in a vlog at some other point, but that's a little bit more up in the air at this time. But we are doing a virtual marathon, and I just want to keep my base mileage up, and I feel like I've gotten to a comfortable point where I don't have to like track that specifically. I can open it up to, you know, including focusing on strength training more, focusing on stretching, focusing on like, you know, taking better care of my body, the fitness version of it. So that one changed. And then I did, as I mentioned, the blog is on hold indefinitely. So I exchanged my former goal, number 5, which was try to do all 101 achievements for our blog. And that is now build a beautiful garden, because gardening season is here. And my garden is so dear to me. It is such an important part of our house. So that's my new goal 5. Goal number 6 remained the same, explore my druid practice, and goal number 7, grow my YouTube channel. So kept both of those. I did remove prioritize creativity and writing, because I feel like these other things are going to take the time right now. And if I can build a solid base of these other things in the next quarter, by the time summer comes around, I will have the time to be more creative and intentional with my creativity and writing. So, oh my God, I can't turn the page. It's stuck. Fucking double O binding. So then you do a much smaller version of the thing that you did much bigger before. And what that is that you do your yearly goal, your mini goal for this quarter, and then some action steps. And what I did, instead of like doing action steps for, I don't know if I did this the way you're supposed to do it, but it's the way that it makes sense to me. So taking better care of my body, my mini goal is to stick with my skincare routines and healthier eating. So I've been doing like a PM skincare routine where I'm like washing my face. I know that sounds basic, but y'all, I'm really bad at it, and I just admit it. Like, I am not a skincare person at all, and as you can probably tell, even just like washing my face at night is like, I do that. I put on a moisturizer at night. I'm putting on an eye cream because old person problems. So yeah, that's my mini goal for this quarter relating to taking better care of my body and healthier eating. So, you know, cooking more and growing fresh vegetables in my garden. So my action steps are actually like things that I just want to follow. They're just goals. They're not like a step. Like, it's not like I'm building on each of these together. So moisturize every morning, wash face and use my skin serum at night, use my electronic toothbrush at bedtime, meal plan once a week, save recipes in my binder. I have a binder where I print out recipes, and that way I can put in like the modifications that we made and the macros and all of that, and a picture of what the dish looks like. I would like to save at least 1 recipe per week that we cook, because we cook at least 1 recipe per week. If I can save, like actually print it and take the time to do that, then I have a database that I can build from. Track in Weight Watchers or another macro app. I am currently using Weight Watchers. I like it. It's very simple. I've had good success on it for the first couple months that I've been using it. I love the recipes. The recipes are my favorite part. However, I am not certain that I'm getting enough protein, and if I'm going to start lifting weights more, well, I am starting to lift weights more. if I'm going to continue making that a priority, I probably should be increasing, I should be increasing my protein for running anyway, but that's one thing, one downside of Weight Watchers is that you don't see your individual macro breakdown. So while I'm enjoying it and I really love the recipes, the food is all so fucking good, which I should have known because one of my first cookbooks that I bought when I was in college and had my own apartment was a Weight Watchers cookbook, and all the recipes in it were great. So I should have expected that. But I am thinking about switching back to Spark People, which is what I've used for years. I'm thinking about switching back to that just because I am not clear that I'm getting enough protein, and you can't see the individual macro breakdown on Weight Watchers. So that's up in the air. I have a free trial for Weight Watchers right now, so that's what I'm using. So in this quarter, I'd like to decide what I'm gonna do, but yeah, I wanna keep tracking because that does help me make sure that I'm eating healthier, make sure that I'm getting the right amount of nutrients for things, and also keep my weight under control. And that's so that I got ahead of myself. That is one of the things I put on here as an action step. Decide on macro tracking app, Weight Watchers or Spark People. And then there's one that's kind of popular among YouTubers, which is I Track Bites. And I think that's kind of a combination of Spark and Weight Watchers because it does the bites, BYTES, data bite. That is similar to the Weight Watcher points, but it also shows you your breakdown, I think, from what I'm understanding. If you follow Diva and the Divine here on YouTube, that's what she's using. So I've been kind of watching her videos and seeing maybe that would be the crossover that I need, the ease of the point system, but showing you also how it's, I don't know. That's something to decide. But anyway, that's on my list for this quarter. My next yearly goal, establish routines for mental and physical health. My mini goal for this quarter is to create a chore schedule and a tracking system until it becomes routine, at least. I love tracking shit. Putting a check mark next to something makes me feel like I really did something great. So, that might go on forever. But my action steps. Finish reading Unfuck Your Habitat and make a chore chart. One big decluttering project per month. Be consistent with my morning routine and keep up with my daily journaling and my fucking hoorays. I've been doing fucking hoorays at bedtime again, at the end of the night, just I'm gonna write them down in a notebook, but as of right now, I've just been putting it in my phone so that I can transfer it into a notebook. Fucking hooray is something awesome that happened. And so it can be little things. It'll be I don't know, one of my patients gave me a compliment or something, or it can be big things my dad's CT scans were pretty decent, all over the board there. So yeah, keep up with the daily journaling in my bullet journal and the fucking hoorays at bedtime. My next yearly goal, scrapbook and memory keep. Can you read these? Am I just holding this up for fucking nothing? There we go. My next yearly goal, scrapbook and memory keep. I would like to, in this quarter, complete January through June in my stories by the month. That's a big ask. But I really want to work on it. And if I'm going to be spending less time on social media, which I should be and want to be, we'll see. Get current on my fitness journal. I'm way behind on that. It's another thing that I have to sit down and get into it like a regular scrapbooking. And once I get caught up, I can do it every morning and it won't be that bad now that I have a photo printer, but I gotta get caught up. Complete 2017 and 2018 on 365 project. I am about halfway through 2017. Another thing that I just have to sit down and dedicate the time to and the focus. And that's for me, dedicating the time is the big thing. It's so hard for me to dedicate the time to certain things because I just get distracted. So yeah, that's on there. Continue to edit my photos daily every morning. Doing well on that. It's April 4th. I've already gotten April 1st to 3rd done. Basically every morning when I do my morning routine, part of that is to dump pictures off of my phone or camera onto the computer and then edit them that morning while I'm watching my YouTube. So that's a habit that's pretty much in place, but I just keep up with it. My yearly goal, kick ass at fitness. My mini goal is to be able to do a split. So I'm doing an app on my phone that's called Splits Training. I don't know if you can see this without a big glare here. And it's every day you get this little workout routine and it's all stretching things. I need more, I've been pretty consistent about stretching after runs and workouts, but I need more structure of do these specific stretches on this day and these on this day, So that's been pretty nice. It can be up to 20 minutes. They treat it as if you are not warmed up. So there's jumping jacks and butt kicks and things like that at the beginning. So if you're actually doing it after you have worked out, you can just skip past that part and just do the stretching part. So I've been doing that. So I have done 3 days in a row and I will do a 4th when I get home from my run today. So I would at the end of 30 days, you're supposed to be able to do a split. I haven't done a split since like the year 2004 or something like that. So we'll get there. Continue running 4 times a week, lifting twice a week, and do the splits app daily and through the completion. It's 30 days, I think. Then my new yearly goal, build a beautiful garden. So my mini goal is to establish the solid bones of the garden, which I mean by that is that I want to have like all my areas mapped out, like vegetables here, you know, flowers here, perennials here, annuals here, and have all of the weeding and raking, like a baseline done. I mean, you have to constantly keep up with that stuff, but like do the big end of winter raking and weeding. So I broke it up into action steps based on the areas of the garden. So my herb garden, then the rock garden, my memorial garden. I have a memorial garden for shelter dogs that we have lost, and so I have to work on that. I don't know, I started working on that and I have a lot of work to do on it, so that's on there. The garden in the front, my vegetable garden, the side garden. We have a side garden with ferns that Lucy planted. Well, Lucy didn't plant them, but she helped me plant them, so they're Lucy's ferns. And then we have a flower bush in the front, and I want to front face that. No, front face, I'm not at work. Tidy that up and like landscape it. And then our steps going up to the house has a little side garden, and it's just garbage, and I want to like clean that out and put something nice in there. So lots of gardening because I fucking love it. And once the weather gets nice, I just want to be in my garden all the time. My yearly goal of explore my druid practice. My mini goal for this quarter is to go to the desert. I'm going to the desert on Friday. Can't wait. So my action steps, and this is real. Hike a whole fuck ton. Hike in Big Sur. Do some Pittsburgh hikes and celebrate the solstice, because the solstice will be in June and that'll be part of this quarter. So celebrating the solstice is on my list there. But yeah, we're going to the desert on Friday. We are going to California for 10 days on Friday. We're so excited and also so nervous, and it came with perfect timing. We kind of just like took the chance that things would, when we had to like reserve everything, we got everything refundable if we needed it. We kind of just took the chance that things would improve. And as of this week on Friday, the CDC announced, no, on Thursday, yeah, Friday, the 2nd. The CDC announced that travelers who are vaccinated do not have to quarantine and do not have to have like negative tests before they go. We're still getting tested tomorrow just to be safe. And we're gonna bring our vaccine card, but we are going away, and I didn't think it was really gonna happen. I did not. I've talked about this a lot. I'm gonna talk about it more in my plan with me tomorrow, but it's real. And that is gonna be, everything on these pages is going to go better because I'm going to the desert on Friday. Final goal, grow my YouTube channel. My mini goal for this quarter is to complete the Skillshare class to help me learn how to market my channel and find more followers. My action steps, find the Skillshare class and do it. 2 to 3 videos per week. My Powersheets video each month, which I'm filming right now, and to use my content planner. I bought a content planner and I haven't really used it for very much, and I would like to plan out like ideas of like what other videos, like besides this, we do Layla's Bark Box reviews, but like maybe I could do quarterly favorites or seasonal favorites, or I could do like a what I eat in a day video. I could do a morning routine video, you know, day in the life, like different things that other YouTubers do that I love to watch. I should be doing videos like that too, because I love to watch them. Why shouldn't I make videos like that too? So, dance moves. Okay. We're gonna jump into April. This is a long ass video. My Powersheets videos are just gonna be long ass videos. The prep page for April. Prepare yourself. Johnny Cage, not afraid to die. Mortal Kombat soundtrack, anybody? It's really, look up the Mortal Kombat soundtrack from the 90s by the group The Immortals. It's fucking baller. Every single song, well, almost every single song in there is really good. But prepare yourself. The Johnny Cage song, and it is it's a song. Okay. It's really cheesy, but if you love cheesy like EDM or techno music, you'll be like, yes, this is the soundtrack I've been waiting my whole life for. But so prepare well for April. Important to-dos. My Invisalign appointment is April 22nd when we get back from our trip. I'm getting my Invisalign. I'm starting to rectify my fucked up teeth. Yay! Taxes. Husband did those the other day, so we are done. That's husband's duty. I wrote that on here. Pack for our trip. And I need to post on Volgistics because I'm going to be gone for several shifts, 3 of my shifts at the shelter. I need to make sure that people know so they can fill in. And then I think we have our controlled substance inventory. I believe they moved us to annual instead of biannual. So that's always either after work on April 30th or before opening on May 1st. And I always stay after because you never know how long it's going to take. I'm excited for vacation. And also we went dancing last night. We had an outdoor covered socially distanced pavilion situation dance night, and we went, and I was so excited, and it was so fun. On my mind, Dad's CT scan, which was on April 1st. Results were overwhelmingly really good. A couple things, but overall good. He's continuing on the same chemo. Doctor's really happy with how it's going, and almost every single tumor either shrunk in half or some of them have actually disappeared. So that all looks great. On my mind, the future, because I don't know, everything's fucking creepy and weird. And then anxiety about traveling. I know we're vaccinated. We're wearing N95s on the plane. We are going to be, mostly away from other humans. We're going to probably go to some wine tastings. We're going to go to some dinners outdoors, but everything's going to be outside. Always going to have our mask, but it still have anxiety, You still do. You just do. It's the world now. I'm hopeful that vacation will be great. Dad's scans will show improvement, which, as I said, they did, and that Invisalign won't be terrible. So, my tending list, the moment we've all been waiting for, the dream we all dream of, my tending list for April. Okay, monthly action. Okay, my encouraging words. It's from the song "Do You Remember" by Dave Matthews Band, which is such a good summer song. It's a summer, hopeful, optimistic, but nostalgic song. So it's the color of sunshine rising up like an ocean and pouring all over us. And go listen to that song right now. Just go listen to it. My priority is to fucking travel. Yes. So yeah, my monthly action items in the goal of take better care of my body, we are going to the desert. That's taking care of my brain, not so much my body, but yeah, I put that on there. Because that is good for me to go to the desert. Next 2 goals are related to my YouTube channel, content plan with ideas for videos. So that's something I want to do. I thought about maybe just bringing my content planner on the plane and then I can come up with some ideas of things, kind of sketch that out, because what the fuck else do you do in a plane besides read and work in your planners, right? And then find the Skillshare class. I'm not going to say that I'm going to complete it, but I would like to at least find the one that I'm going to use because it's been hard for me to find a good one. And I actually left a comment on Jen Chapin's page because she was talking about something related to Skillshare classes, and she recommended 2 people to try their YouTube Skillshare classes, so I'm going to do that. I did keep my established routines for physical and mental health of my goal of organized stickers. Maybe. And then my scrapbooking, I would like to do the March 2021 stories by the month. That's probably all I'll have time for because we're going to be gone for 10 days. And then edit all the trip photos by the end of the month. So I want to try to edit some things in the morning every day when we're on vacation, or at the end of the night if we're going to bed and watching Chopped. We like to watch Chopped on vacation. That's how we discovered Chopped, was on vacation. And so now it's a habit every year when we go away. Got to watch some Food Network. So I want to have all of the pictures that we take on the trip edited by the end of the month. And then my gardening, I set 3 goals for my garden for this month. One is to clean out and replant the herb garden. One is to rake and weed the rock garden and the side of the house is where I have a rose bush, and then that's where Lucy's ferns are. So to do those two usually go together because they're right across from each other. And I have to get the leaf blower out for the rock garden, and I usually just use that for both parts of that. And then replace my dead indoor plants with low light plants. So I want to have window gardens. I want it so badly, but our house really does not get a lot of good natural light. We have one window, which is downstairs. Actually, now that I'm sitting here in our bedroom looking outside, this one might get enough natural light that I could put a plant in the window there. But we usually keep this has blinds. We usually keep the blinds down, whereas downstairs has curtains. and we keep the curtains can close over the plants. So that's really the only window where I get enough sunlight to actually grow things. But I keep buying windowsill planters. So what I want to do is clean out the dead things that are in there and get some stuff that doesn't need sunlight and put those in, because I know that that's a thing. So that's a goal for the month. And then get my Invisalign. I did put that on there as a goal related to take better care of my body. So yeah, I'll start that on 4/22. So weekly action items. I'm still going for that face mask and those Epsom salts. I know it's good for my body and I'm gonna try my fucking hardest. 3 YouTube videos a week, lift 2 times a week except for vacation week. I already know I'm not gonna bring fucking weights on the trip, so. And then save 1 or more recipes per week. My daily action items, what I ended up doing this month for my daily action items was just putting the steps of my morning routine into here so that I made sure that I'm sticking with it better. So those are my daily bullet journal. So let's go in and do my habit trackers, my allergy tracker, and my daily memory keeping that I do. Pull a daily tarot card, edit the day's photos. I wrote amino acids and aminos. That's not right. Have my amino acids and collagen every day because that's good for muscle recovery as well. My fitness log, I'm working on. I just want to work on it every day and I haven't. I did that 1 out of the 4 days so far. And then 15 or more photos for my 365 project. That'll get me to my goal of finishing 2017 and 2018 by the end of this quarter. And then my sleep diary. I'm doing a sleep study for my insurance for work, which I have mentioned in my vlog, I think. So every morning you have to keep a sleep diary. So I'm tracking my sleep with my Fitbit overnight, and then every morning you write up what your sleep was like and any notes or anything like that. So it's a 6-week program. So I'm gonna be doing that every day, make sure that I log my sleep diary in the morning. So this should be a month that I can accomplish a lot of shit, depending on, as long as the weather is good, my off rotation at the end of the month when we get back from the trip. Like, that will be the key. If it's raining all of those 6 days, then all this gardening stuff will not get done. And I really can't do it any other day except for a day that I'm actually off the whole day. But I think I can keep up with all the scrapbooking stuff, memory keeping, and of course, going to the desert. So thank you so much for watching. I know this is a longer video. These Powersheets videos are always a little bit long, and I thought about breaking this up into the quarterly refresh and the April as 2 separate videos. I probably should do that, and I may do that. And if I do that, then I will film intros and outros when I'm editing this later tonight once I get it on the computer, because I don't really know. I have a new memory card and I don't know how long it's recording. My old one would only record for 30 minutes, but I think this one has been recording longer, so this is like really long. But some will get cut out, you know, it's always cut and paste. And yeah, so ready for your goals. What are your goals for this quarter? What are your quarterly refresh? Like, what are you looking forward to about spring? Because it is spring now and we need to celebrate every fucking season. That's why I'm a druid, because I have ideas like that. We do need to celebrate every season as it comes, and we need to enjoy what each season brings to us and take that in its moment, right? That's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to be like, it's spring, it's time to fucking garden the shit out of that garden, and then summer will be sit in the patio and enjoy it, right? And just maintain a little bit. So thank you so much for watching. I do publish at least 2 videos a week. I always do a plan with me. I always do a vlog. Once a month I do a Powersheets. And sometimes there's some other stuff too, depending on what I have to say. Subscribe if you're new here. I appreciate all of the support and all of the watching and comments. Leave me comments because I fucking love it and I try to respond to everybody. So, as always, my humans, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I will see you in my next video.